Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. Hi girls, I'm so happy you're here keeping the show warm with love and support because it's really cold out there today. It is so freezing. I had to turn on the heat in this office so I could shoot this video for you guys. It's incredible. It's an incredible opportunity to sit behind this podcast microphone and talk about Descendants and Zombies for each and every one of you. And honestly, with even how cold it is outside there today, there's no place that I would rather be than in the company of your girls' warmth, because you guys show an incredible amount of love and support for this YouTube channel, unlike anything that I've ever experienced in my life. And I want to say that from my heart to yours, because I really do love you guys so much, man, because you give this show life, and you give me incentive to create beautiful videos for you guys, which you've deserved for a very long time. I just browsed down through all the collection of videos about Descendants and Zombies on YouTube, and there really isn't much of a variety, is there? I can see where you guys are coming from and where your frustration lies with Descendants and Zombies, because you deserve far better than what you've been seeing and hearing on YouTube, and I just kind of wanted to give that to you guys. So if you've been wanting a Descendants and Zombies podcast to really shed the light on what's coming and what's in the future for the franchises, well, then your wish is my command, and your wish has been granted. Because this YouTube channel will forever and always be here for you. It will always be here to help you shed light and make sense of things that you cannot make sense of. Because I know that there are a lot of people who love Descendants and Zombies so much, who are falling victim to a lot of criticism. And the stars are feeling very hurt from the criticism they are receiving. And I don't think that that's acceptable, in all honesty, because I've been on YouTube for a very long time. And it's really interesting because 10 years ago I thought my career was over, and you girls really, you put me back together. You put the pieces of my broken heart back together. You helped me make sense of my own life. So I just want to help you make sense of yours when people are throwing criticism the way of your favorite stars. They are being left brokenhearted in the shadow of all of this. And I just want to be that light that overtakes that shadow and removes that shadow from the land of Oregon or Seabrook and kind of brings it back to life for you in a way that it's been meant to be brought back to life for must what feel like forever for each and every one of you. I want to say I'm so sorry that everybody is here on YouTube criticizing it for each and every one of you that you don't deserve, criticism that you definitely don't deserve to be seeing on YouTube, because you're so full of life and you're still figuring out your own lives, just as Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker are. And I think that's really where the interest and the understanding lies between the fans and the cast of either Descendants or Zombies, is that there is a strong understanding and a strong bond of what you all are going through. If there are 5 million people out there in this world, actually 10 million, who love Descendants and Zombies, then at least 90% of you are figuring out life together. And the cool thing about Descendants and Zombies is, even though you may not realize this, you're figuring out your own lives with Kylie Cantrell, Mila Baker, Meg Donnelly, Freya Skye, Malachi Burton. Zombies is looking really fun. And I'm really excited about it. And that's why I've been talking about Zombies a lot. We're just a couple of weeks removed from the premiere and me drinking about 50 slush puppies while I was reviewing Zombies. You have no idea how many slush puppies I've drank over the last couple of days. I'm actually heading out to McDonald's tonight. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, you are a real sweetheart. I know. Thank you so much for that. I just really want to be here to really bring these videos to life for each and every one of you in between my visits to McDonald's and the cinema, where I check out movie premieres and buy video games, because really all I do with my life outside of shooting Descendants and Zombies videos is either buying video games at GameStop, going to the cinema to watch a movie like Lilo and Stitch or The Lion King, or going to McDonald's to have a Big Mac every once in a while. I don't know what I do. I just want to bring these videos to life for each and every one of you. And yes, I really do mean it. I really do want to have the opportunity to take Kylie Cantrell out for a nice dinner, probably a movie, and talk about her life, because she's been left brokenhearted. I've wanted to do that more than I could ever admit to each and every one of you on this podcast, because Kylie Cantrell, she brings tears to my eyes. While people are bringing tears to her eyes, I'm crying with Kylie. Because the emotion that Kylie puts behind everything that she does is absolutely incredible, and she is never given far enough credit. And I just want to take that pain away from Kylie Cantrell. I say this because when I was going through painful times and experiences in my life, a lot of people were there for me that I never even realized were there for me. Kind of like you guys. When I was involved in relationships I couldn't make sense of, and I would come home, throw my keys on the kitchen counter, and flop on the couch thinking my life was over, you girls were here for me every moment, every step of the way that this show took, because I never thought this show was going to explode the way that it did. I was just a guy that uploaded Descendants videos and would upload them to YouTube, smash down on the couch, and then all of a sudden 24 hours later, 500 views, 1,000 views, 1,500 views, 2,000 views, like, as fast as you could hit the button. And it was at that moment, after a girl showed up at my house one year on Halloween dressed up as her favorite Descendants character, asking me, she looked at me, she wrapped her arms around my legs, and she said, "Jonathan, can you please create a Descendants Zombie show? Because I love it so much, and I know you're a YouTuber." And I said to myself, I'll think about it. I never gave her a response. I gave her a hug, and I wished her a happy Halloween, gave her a couple of treats, and then she came back the next year. And she asked me again, "Can you please create a Descendants Zombie show? I love you so much." And years later, I have no idea where she is, but she's got what she wanted, and all of you got what you wanted, because I know you're searching on YouTube for a show that talks about Descendants of Zombies in a way that it can be appreciated, and it can be valued. So years later, I'm happy to say that wherever she is out in the world tonight watching this show, I hope she is on her phone, on her tablet. She's probably much older now because Descendants has been around for over a decade. So if she was 7 years old, she'd be about, 25 now. So we're approaching her early 20s. So I just want to let each and every one of you know that I am forever grateful for each and every one of you being here. So if this means that I have to create Descendants and Zombies videos for the rest of my life, then I will give you my heart to each and every one of you. I'll give you a piece of my heart, and we'll put a consistent effort behind talking about this for the value of what it is, what it's represented, which is kindness, which is power, which is a struggle of acceptance. We'll talk about it all, and we'll put value and we'll put sentimental appreciation behind it for everybody who's loved it so much, because while you guys have loved this show, I have loved you just as much, and I think you deserve better. I really do think you have deserved better, because you have brought the kindness and the warmth back into my life on this really cold day, and pretty much for the last year and a half, you have given me incentive to create these videos, these very beautiful, very kind videos. I was just speaking to one of my friends this morning, and she felt inspired by these videos that I was uploading. It was pretty obvious. While she never told me that she felt inspired by these videos, she secretly subscribed. And I think that there are a lot of people secretly subscribing to these videos because they know that there are nice messages conveyed in these videos, because not enough people sit behind a podcast microphone and convey nice messages that tie into Descendants and Zombies, because what Descendants and Zombies represented was a second chance. A chance that one could find true love, even if it was with a zombie. Because the relationship between Zed and Addison was incredibly beautiful. And that's why people have posed the question to me, do I think that Malachi Burton and Freya Skye will do just as fabulous as a job as what Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim did? Or do I think that Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly will return? You know, those questions will remain unanswered for a while, but while I don't have 100% certainty that they will return, I'm still putting it out there that they could, because they could offer creative direction and incentive to the new cast of zombies, because you can't learn everything overnight. What Malachi Burton and Freya Skye have to do, I don't care how many photos of Malachi Burton posts of himself lifting weights at a gym, he still has a long way to go, and he still has a lot to learn. And I know this because I was involved in the entertainment industry for forever, and there was never a day that I woke up and I realized that I knew everything, or that I thought that I knew everything, because every day is an opportunity to learn and to broaden your horizons. And the quicker that people like Malachi Burton and Freya Skye realize that, the more successful this new franchise, after having the torch passed to them, will become. But if they fail to grasp that, then creative control and creative incentive will be needed, and that will come from people like Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim, who could be forced to see their reintroduction into the franchise. So it's a never say never kind of situation, where we shouldn't be saying that, you know, the story was completed, they told the story between Zed and Addison, now it's time for us to move on, like it was for us to move on with Descendants years ago. I think that's really jumping to a conclusion and drawing an unnecessary conclusion, an unnecessary line in the sand, if you would. I was a big fan of Meg Donnelly. I had the biggest crush in the world on her. I thought she was incredibly strong. I thought she was incredibly powerful, and nobody could have portrayed the character Addison as powerfully as what she did. I mean, she's in the best shape of her life. So why are people criticizing her? Because she's ahead. That's the reason why, because she's the best. That's why people are criticizing her. Why are people criticizing Kylie Control? Because she's the best. Because people don't like seeing other people get ahead. And I think that is really ridiculous when you have idiots that are posing a threat to your existence in this world because they don't like to see you get ahead. You know, there's probably somebody out there today that's really jealous over the fact that I got a show that has 3,000 subscribers, but I didn't get a show with 3,000 subscribers because I thought I was the best. You know, there was a point in time in my life when I thought my show was the heights of shit. And I'll openly admit that to each and every one of you. I thought my podcasts were horrible. There were times in my life my podcasts weren't going anywhere, wasn't attracting any specific niche. And a lot of stuff that I was talking about really didn't add up, really didn't make sense. Until I sat back one day and I said, I got to find a niche that will be incredibly supportive of me. I have to fall into a specific niche. Little did I know it was going to be this one. And I would walk through the forest of Oregon to find all of you. And you would forever and always be incredibly supportive of me and be piggybacking off me for forever, which I can't thank you enough for, because you're the reason why this happened. You guys are incredibly beautiful in so many unbelievable ways. And shout out to every other YouTube creator. I'm here now and I'm never ever going to leave. I don't ever want to quit on these girls because they brought me back to life when nobody else ever wanted to. You know, I've sat in meetings with a lot of people that I hosted shows with over the years, and they said that my creativity was not really where they wanted it to be, and they showed me the door. But you girls gave me a chance. You know, 7.5 years ago when I thought I recorded my final podcast, you girls, you gave me a second chance, and I can't thank you enough for that. Because I know, while I may be a guy that suffers from a zombie infection every day of his life and goes and gets blood work done all the time and spends all his money on video games and YouTube, I don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. So I'm not going to shut down your hopes and dreams. What gives me the right to shut down your hopes and dreams that we will get to a point in Descendants and Zombies where we will see something special, where we will see Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim explode to the heights of popularity unlike anything that we've ever seen in our lives. You know, should there be a movie without Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim? Perhaps. But should there be a shutdown of the hope that we'll see them again? No. I don't think no child has the right to have their hopes and dreams discouraged or shut down, and I've never ever wanted to take that away from them. So the thumbnail suggests, will they return, applying to Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim? I think they will. I think there's a hope for anything. I think there's even a hope to see unicorns in that vortex, or gargoyles, which I think would be really cool. I was a huge fan of the animated TV series Gargoyles years ago. From 1994 up until 1999, David Gallagher did a fabulous job as the character Goliath, that humongous gargoyle in that. I would love to see something like that done. I would love the opportunity to kick the ass of a bunch of zombies and to find out what's inside of that vortex. But we should not forget that we will get to a point where we will find out, we will discover what's inside of that vortex. But it's just a matter of time. And sometimes time seems to take forever. That's the thing about time. It seems like it's going to last forever, but the thing that you got to remember is that the thing about time is, let me tell you a secret, time always runs out. So even if it is 3 years between now and Zombies 5, just know those 3 years will elapse. And when those 3 years finally come to an end, you'll be sitting in front of your phone, your tablet, you're on Disney Plus, really excited to check out Zombies 5. And there will be negative reviews posted about Zombies 5 within minutes of the finale of the movie. People will find nothing but negative things to say about it. But I want to make a promise from my heart to yours. As we count down the days and the years, the months and the years to Zombies 5, I will be here to help you make sense of it. And I would love for you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and take a chance on me like thousands of girls have already done, because they saw the kindness in my heart when nobody else did. And to everybody who's subscribed to this YouTube channel and take a chance on me, even if I live to be 100 years old, while I can't have the answers right now, I don't have the answers to the questions that you want about zombies, I do know this. We should give zombies more of a chance. We should have a greater appreciation for that. And I know you're here because of Descendants of Zombies. Perhaps you loved Addison. Perhaps you loved Nova. Perhaps you loved Victor. Perhaps you loved Zed. Whoever you loved and saw yourself through the eyes of. You're a fan of zombies just because you found it so fun. And you had the time of your life at the Zombies Descendants Worlds Collide Tour, which I saw nothing wrong with. I said everything good about Descendants and Zombies Worlds Collide. I still have a lot to say where that goes in upcoming videos on this channel. But I really did fall in love with Meg Donnelly. You know, Christmas, one year at my sister's, I saw the trailer for Zombies. And it was really breathtaking for me. It was a moment, because I knew it was something special. It was an era, if you would, Disney was coming into. And I knew everybody was going to fall in love with it. How fast people were going to fall in love with it, well, that was a question that was unanswered at the time, when they used to think that probably 50 people were going to show up at these autographs, these meet and greets, and then thousands of people would show up. It's truly unbelievable how the thousands of you came out in unison for the Worlds Collide Tour and these meet and greets and these Q&As. I would have loved to have been a part of it. I would have loved to have been one of the guys reviewing it in the crowd. I would have just loved to have sat in the crowd with all of you, not even knowing who you are, just to see your guys' reactions. Not to criticize you, but to tap you on the shoulder and say thank you for being here. Thank you for giving this life. Because you guys really did glow at the Worlds Collide Tour, and you made it so special. You made it so special for a guy like me who, at one point in his life, didn't believe that second chances existed, didn't believe that one could find their true love, but I always held on to something that I knew was going to come full circle for me one day, and I didn't know it was going to be this show. I didn't know that my gift was going to be to have a voice that would be heard on hundreds of shows, thousands of videos, and eventually wind up here on this Descendants of Zombies podcast for each and every one of you, because you were the audience that brought me back to life. And for that, I just want to say thank you so much. You not only just gave these stars of Descendants of Zombies incentive in life and made them so incredibly special and feel it, but you also created something special and you gave me back my career. You guys gave me a second chance that I never thought existed, that would ever happen for me, that would ever come full circle. But it has, because dreams really do come true, and we are all legends in the making in one way or another. I know now more than I ever have that I will go down in history for having been a legend, for being one of the greatest of all time. And this didn't happen just because I uploaded one or two Descendants or Zombies videos. This happened because of each and every one of you. You know, these zombie stars can spend all their lives in the gym lifting weights, and Malachi Burton can post as many photos as he wants of himself lifting weights and looking jacked. We've all done it at one point or another in our lives. I've even done it. But how far did it get me? It didn't get me no further than what I was from day one. What got me to the point where I am now is each and every one of you. No matter how hard I tried to do it myself, I knew I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't do it on my own. And you girls held me by the hand through every experience that we've had together and we've shared, through my talking about Disney and my analogies of Descendants of Zombies. You have held me by that hand and you've never let me go. And you've always let me know that everything was going to be okay. And I know this show is going to last forever because of you. Maybe not because I host it, but because of you. Because you saw the good in me when nobody else did, and you trusted in me as your voice of Descendants and Zombies, and for that, I just want to say thank you, because I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. I could be a lot of places in my life right now, a lot of places in the world that perhaps I didn't want to be in, talking about a lot of stuff that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense to a lot of you. I've had a very, 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 very difficult life on times. I'm far from perfect. The guy hosting this show that you see every day is far from perfect, but he's just like each and every one of you because he loves Descendants of Zombies. He is so excited about Zombies 5, so excited about Descendants Wicked Wonderland next year, and of course Zombies 5, which the release window is suggesting 2027. But I would just love to be the voice of Descendants of Zombies for just a little while longer and talk to you about what it's like to live near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. Talk to you about the chances of Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim resurfacing and re-emerging for Zombies, either as producers or even if they have cameos in the movie. Talk to you for a little while longer about how much I love Ruby, how much I love Kylie Cantrell, because I really would love to take Kylie Cantrell out on a date just to talk about life, to help her put into perspective just how challenging life can be sometimes, but also how beautiful it can be. Because each and every one of you will find your light. I know I say this a lot, and that was the quote of Cloud in Final Fantasy VII years ago when he would tell people like Yuffie that she would find her light. Because you really will find your light in life. You just have to look a little bit harder sometimes than others to find it. But everybody's light does exist. And you just got to trust in that. Let me tell you something. Your heart is your best friend, and he's always trying to talk to you. Maybe it's a she, I don't know. But your heart is always trying to talk to you and trying to help you make sense of stuff because your heart knows you better than anybody else. Your heart knows you better than what I do. Now, I've had the honor of getting to know each and every one of you through the passion of Descendants and Zombies that we share. But your heart really is your best friend, and all you got to do is listen to that beat. Because the only break your heart gets is in between the beats, because he's trying to help you make sense of your life and trying to let you know that everything will be okay, because he's your best friend and will never lead you astray. So I just want you to know that I will forever and always be here for you to help you make sense of this when other people are criticizing Descendants and Zombies, saying this should have never happened, this is what should have happened, for the plot, for the characters, for the franchise as a whole. I know there are some real idiots that upload a lot of videos on YouTube, but I am a genuinely sweet guy because that's the only way I've ever known how to be. I don't know how to be any other way. Only be a sweet guy that can tell you from one heart to another that we will see Descendants 5, we will see Zombies 5. I don't believe these critics on YouTube saying that we're running out of supernatural creatures when it comes to zombies, stories to be told for Descendants, because there are an endless number of stories to be told. And I will be back later on tonight with another great video, which I hope you can join me for, to shed some light on the future of Descendants and Zombies, which I look forward to, because I really do look forward to shooting these videos every day, no matter how cold it may be outside. The warmth of your guys' souls and your hearts really keeps me going and gives me incentive to create these beautiful videos for you, which I hope you cherish and you always take away something special from. Because if you weren't taking something special away from these videos, then I would feel as if I was letting you down, and more importantly, I would feel as if I was letting myself down as the host of the show, because hosting this show is a really huge responsibility. I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes I don't feel as if I do as great of a job hosting this show, but thousands of girls support me and let me know they love me and love these videos by either hitting the like button or hitting the subscribe button, which if you haven't already done, be sure to do it, because I know there are people who always show up on this YouTube channel, always come back for the latest video to be throwing up here. I don't know if I could do it without you. I honestly don't, because I could be just some guy on YouTube that wouldn't be making a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people. But just know that this magic happened, and this incredible journey that you girls have got me on is going to be one that I'm never ever going to be forget, even if I do live to be 100. Because there are a lot of people that just upload these videos about Descendants and Zombies, and the reality of it is they upload one Descendants and Zombies video and they forget about it. They say it didn't live up to their expectations. They say that Meg Donnelly should have been this, Out of Control should have been this way. The best way they can be is themselves, and be what they want to be for you, not being told how to be under creative control and so much restrictions like we saw in the days of Jesse and Bunked, TV series which have forever held a special place in my heart. Not for the creative control and restrictions they may have been under, but because they were just so special, like all of you. Because you will forever and always hold a special place in my heart, even though I sound like I'm suffering from a zombie infection every morning of my life. I really don't know why. Perhaps because I live near a soda plantation and a chemical plant, and the fumes coming in through the window really affect me. Oh my God. I don't know. Oh God. Or perhaps maybe because I talk too long on these shows. These videos have probably been, I don't know, almost 25 minutes. I try to make a half-hour show every time I show up here just to give you guys incentive. Oh my God. You're saying to yourself, hey Jonathan Clarke, I love how your nose sounds when you have an itchy nose. I know. I'm a really cute guy. I'm really adorable. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you haven't already, because it will really help a guy out. Because I don't think there's a guy on YouTube that creates as many Descendants and Zombies videos for years like I do. If there is, I've never met him. And if there is a guy on YouTube with an itchy nose and a stuffed up nose making Descendants and Zombies videos, I have yet to shake his hand. And I would be proud to shake his hand, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm the only guy that does this for each and every one of you. So yeah, I'm heading out to McDonald's tonight. I will be back later on this evening after I get home from McDonald's to record another video for you guys, and we'll talk more about Descendants of Zombies and where I think the future of the franchise is headed. I'm going to put it out there too. I think Meg Donnelly is absolutely gorgeous. I think that all the criticism that she has received is definitely unnecessary. I think she's a beautiful soul with such a bright future, and I'll have more to say on this as we get closer to zombies, because I plan about talking about zombies every single day. Some days will be devoted to Descendants, others will be devoted to zombies. I never ever thought that this franchise, these two niches, if you would put me in the position that I am right now as one of the most popular Descendants and Teen Zombies YouTube channels in the world. And who would have thought it? A guy with an itchy nose and a stuffed up nose suffering from a zombie infection every morning of his life after he comes in through his window hunting a bunch of vampires just to keep you girls safe would have over 3,000 subscribers, and they would be looking at him every day saying, Jonathan, I love you so much. Keep making up your great videos and keep inspiring us to be stronger. Keep inspiring us to be kind to one another, because we really do need it. And we need you to make a bunch of Zombies and Descendants videos so Zombies 5 will happen for us a lot quicker. I know. I know how you feel. I'm going as fast as I can to make sure that Zombies 5 does happen on schedule for you and happens perhaps a little bit quicker than what you want it to, because you've given me the responsibility to be the voice of Descendants and Zombies, and I know that you felt heartbroken over a lot of these videos that you're seeing, and they have no business really tearing down your hopes and dreams or criticizing music videos like The Place to Be and Don't Mess With Us. I'm going to do the best I can for you, and I will forever and always be here for each and every one of you, and I will be back tonight, just as I will tonight, with another great Descendants of Zombies video for each and every one of you, which I can only hope that you are going to join me for. So with that having been said, all I want you to do, my greatest wish for you today, is for you to keep kindness in your heart. Just as I will keep you in mind, and tonight I will be back with another Descendants and Zombies podcast for you, encouraging you to stay calm and zombie on, and that dreams do come true and will happen for you. I know it's really difficult sometimes for a lot of people to make sense of what's going on around them in their own lives. I've read that in descriptions of photos, posts on Facebook more times than I've ever chosen to admit. I have a lot of friends going through that same thing, and I've often encouraged them that everything is going to be okay, because it really is. With me, what you see is what you get. This isn't a show. I'm not a fake guy, and what you see with me is what you get. There really is a genuine guy who exists on YouTube who loves Descendants and Zombies and loves each and every one of you for being just as big of fans. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to have come into your life with such a positive vibe and a positive message surrounding itself around Descendants and Zombies fans who I wouldn't trade for the world. There is no place in the world I would rather be than by your side, encouraging you that we will see Descendants Wicked Wonderland and Zombies 5 will happen. I've never wanted to take away your dreams. I've just wanted to encourage them. Thank you so much for having made me a part of your life, allowing me to be a part of it, and to have been the voice of Descendants and Zombies for what feels like an eternity. It truly is an honor. Guys, stay calm and zombie on, and continue to be kind to one another, because kindness really does go a long way in this world. Thank you so much.